Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. This is Nurse Annie, and again to those of you who are new here on this channel, thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button and let's connect. So, kumusta na naman po tayong lahat dyan mga friends? Sana po ay okay pa rin po tayong lahat as usual. So, today's video is actually a follow-up of the video I have posted lately tungkol sa pagkuha ng driver's license dito sa Amerika. And as I've said on my previous video, ang inyong mga foreign driver's license po is valid only for 1 month dito na pwede ninyong gamitin. I'm not just so sure actually with other states, pero dito po sa North Carolina is valid only for a month. So after that, of course, kailangan po ninyong kumuha ng inyong sariling driver's license. And anyway, the first thing you will do is schedule a visit at your DMV or make an appointment at your DMV, depending siguro kapag bukas na yung DMV ng state na pupuntahan ninyo. Either mag-appointment kayo online o kaya pumunta kayo mismo doon sa DMV para okay, so regarding the test that you will be taking on the DMV, they will be testing you on your vision. Of course, lahat naman yan iti-test, di ba? Kapag 20/20 ba yung vision mo or is it safe for you to drive a vehicle? Lahat naman ng country siguro iti-test yung vision mo pag kukuha ka ng driver's license, di ba? And of course, they will be testing you about the rules and regulations, state laws and national traffic rules and regulations. Then, yan yung computer exam naman. Yan yung unang-una mong gagawin sa exam. Pag pupunta ka ng DMV, mag-i-exam ka ng computer exam. About mga 25 questions yata yun. Tapos, kailangan 20 items makuha mo ng tama. Otherwise, mag-repeat ka. Pwede ka namang bumalik kinabukasan para mag-repeat ka ng computer exam kung hindi mo napasa yan. And of course, the third is they will be testing you about the traffic signs. Siyempre, kaya nga, sa DMV kapag pupunta ka doon, meron silang booklet. Meron silang booklet about all the traffic signs, traffic rules and regulations na mga national at saka mga state rules and regulations. Kailangan mong kunin yung booklet na yun kasi yun ang i-study mo bago ka mag-exam for your driver's license. Mahalaga yun, otherwise bagsak ka. Kasi nandoon lahat ng mga traffic rules and regulations tsaka mga laws ng mga driver. Kapag halimbawa, kung nahuli ka, ititest ka kung nakainom ka ba, ilang percent ba ang dapat nasa katawan mo para hindi ka hulihin ng DUI o ano ba yun, driving under the influence o ganun. Kailangan malaman mo yung mga yon o kaya mga state and national traffic rules and regulations. Sabi ko nga, kumpleto na yung booklet na yun. Basta pagpunta kayo ng DMV, kunin nyo yun para mabasa ninyo, ma-memorize ninyo bago kayo pumunta sa inyong computer exam. And of course, the last thing that they will test bago ka makakuha ng driver's license is yung driving skills o yung practical exam, yung road test na tinatawag nila. May mga points yan, may mga specific na ititest talaga sa inyo sa practical exam na yun. Kailangan magtanong talaga kasi kahit na 20 years ka na o 30 years o 40 years ka nang nagdadrive sa ibang bansa, iba pa rin. Kailangan mong alamin pa rin kung ano ba yung mga specific na ititest sa inyo sa pagdadrive tulad ng 3-point turn. Oh, alam nyo ba yung 3-point turn? Malamang alam nyo pero hindi ninyo alam yung tawag na 3-point turn, di ba? Kaya kailangan alamin ninyo talaga yung yung sabi ko nga sa previous videos ko, hindi masamang magtanong sa mga kakilala ninyo dito sa Amerika. And with regards to driver's license nga, pagkuha ng driver's license, tanungin ninyo yung may mga driver's license na para alam ninyo kung ano talaga yung mga specifically ititest sa inyo, kung ano talaga yung mga specifically ititest sa inyo pag nag-practical driving test na kayo, di ba? Okay, so another thing you have to bear in mind if you will be applying for your driver's license is your identification, because you will be providing at least some form of identification and proof of residency pag nag-apply ka ng driver's license. Okay, so regarding your identification, an ID should bear your full name, proving your full identity and your date of birth. And another document proving your legal presence or your lawful status dito sa Amerika. So, examples of documents that are accepted are your birth certificate, of course, yung green card ninyo, yung passport ninyo, syempre, kailangan ninyo yan. And of course, kailangan nila ng SSN ID. Ayan na naman, importante yan. Kaya nga sabi ko sa previous videos ko, it's not actually a rush. You know, it's not actually a rush to get your driver's license or whatever pag bago ka dito sa Amerika. And syempre, another document needed is your proof of residency nga. Sabi dito, sa state naman na kung nasaan ka. Kaya kailangan mo yung list of contract. Parang maalala ko nga nung nag-apply kami ng driver's license, ang dala-dala actually namin is yung, of course, yung green card, SSN, yung passport, yung list of contract ng apartment. Kailangan din yan kasi kailangan mo ng ano din. Kasi sa DMV din ina-applyan ang state ID. Kaya, pwede nyo na ding applyan yung state ID ninyo pag nag-apply kayo ng driver's license. So, kailangan mo yung lease contract mo sa apartment. Another thing you have to provide if you will be applying for your driver's license is you have to provide your insurance. I mean, liability insurance. Hindi naman yan mahirap. Yung liability insurance naman na yan, pwede ninyong kunin sa mga insurance companies dito. Marami naman dito yan. Magbabayad lang kayo, mga depende yata sa akin. Kasi maalala ko parang more or less $200 naman yon yung liability insurance. Kasi hindi ka makakapag-test drive kapag wala kang liability insurance. Nabanggit ko nga din yata sa previous video ko na hindi ka nga makaka-rent ng sasakyan pag wala kang liability insurance, di ba? How much more pag kukuha ka ng driver's license? So, just bear that in mind. Pero sabi ko nga, pwede naman kayong kumuha sa mga insurances. Tulad, halimbawa dito, yung mga national insurance company, yan, yung mga Geico, siguro merong ganyan. Marami naman, madali naman yan siguro kumuha ng liability insurance para sa inyong pagtitake ng driver's license, di ba? And of course, there's always a fee. Siyempre, kailangan ninyo ng pera para kuha kayo ng driver's license. Parang $5 per year yata ng lisensya. So, kapag halimbawa, ang validity kasi ng driver's license is 8 years, the 8 times 5 is $40. $40. Mura lang naman, di ba? Mura lang pag kumuha ka ng driver's license. So, $5 per year of the license yata ang babayaran. At least, dito sa North Carolina, I'm not just so sure with other states, pero dito sa North Carolina, parang ganun. Parang $40 yata. Kasi 8 years yung validity ng driver's license. Okay, so just to recap on what I have just discussed, the steps to get a driver's license is schedule an appointment or visit your nearest DMV para makapag-apply kayo. Of course, take your computer test, your vision test, and your traffic sign test. Gagawin mo lahat yan. Basta pagpunta mo sa DMV, gagawin mo yan. And of course, provide your proof of identification and your proof of residency. And of course, provide a proof of your insurance or your liability insurance as I've said. And syempre, magro-road test ka. Syempre, magro-road test ka para makakuha ka ng driver's license, di ba? And of course, the last thing is pay your application fee, which is $5 per year validity of the driver's license. And of course, the IDs that you will be needing for your application for your driver's license are your green card, SSN, pwedeng birth certificate, and of course, your lease contract of your apartment, and of course, your passport. Kailangan mo yan pag nag-apply ka ng driver's license. Okay, so that's it for my video for today. As I've said, it's just a very short follow-up video on the things you need to know when you will be applying for your driver's license. And I hope sana po nagkaroon kayo ng idea kung ano po ba yung mga kailangan ninyong i-provide o kailangan ninyong gawin pag mag-apply kayo ng driver's license dito sa Amerika. So, salamat po ulit mga friends sa panunood ng mga videos ko. And again, if you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button and let's connect. So, salamat po ulit mga kaibigan and see you again on my next video. Bye-bye!